I don't know, 50 or 60 kilometer wide area where the main effort's going to happen. And it's going to be comprehensive, combined arms, tanks, mechanized infantry, self-propelled artillery, armored engineers. I think you're going to see extensive effort by partisans as well as special forces throughout the depth of this penetration. And I think we're going to see a lot of Russian prisoners, and you're going to see people leaving. And it's the kind of thing that can really be decisive. Of course, I have Air Force friends that watch closely Ukrainian Air Force, and they say the sortie generation is probably about 10% of capability, and they're not doing what you would normally as much. And I think that the Russian Air Force, and I say this as an infantry soldier, that the Ukrainian Air Force is probably husbanding aircraft as well to be a part of this, wherever this strike is going to take place. So I remain very optimistic. And I think that Crimea could be liberated by the end of this summer, so by September. Russia does not have unlimited manpower. There's this image that we all have of this gigantic country because geographically it is, of course, massive, 11 or 12 time zones, et cetera. But the Kremlin is continuing the old czarist tradition of using their minorities and people from out in the poorest parts of the empire. That's who's bearing the brunt of the casualties. I don't think there are too many funerals happening from families in Moscow or St. Petersburg, at least not yet. And we constantly see on social media the sons and daughters of the super elites that are working in London or a holiday in Dubai or still carrying on doing what they want to do. So that will eventually come back to haunt them, I think. Ukraine has lost and is losing a lot of soldiers. Now, the general staff does a very good job of protecting information. We don't know how many they have lost, how much equipment they've lost. I have to tip my hat to them. We know more about the Russians than we do about the Ukrainians, but I understand the why. And certainly almost every day you'll see a picture of a Ukrainian soldier that was killed, and you'll find out he was a famous geologist, or he was an actor or a writer or something, a scientist, exactly like you say. Which is why we want this to end as soon as possible, with Ukraine having restored all its territory, because they are losing people. In terms of numbers, they can go on. I mean, 40 million still inside Ukraine, so probably 2 million more women and men military age that could continue to fill the ranks as necessary. So they won't run out of people, but this clearly is going to have a long-term impact on Ukraine's future and their ability to rebuild. I think, though, if the United States and UK would say Ukraine not only can win, Ukraine will win, and we want them to win, that's our stated objective, which is missing now, is for them to win. Then if that happens, then all the excuses about why we haven't provided certain things, those fall away, and this thing will end this year. So there are 2 or 3 factors that are out there, I think, that impact this. Obviously, President Xi is in Russia now for his visit, and the Chinese would like to be in the position of helping to bring about a peaceful settlement and that sort of thing. And I think the Russians would love to have some kind of a settlement where they don't lose anything that they already have.